I never really looked at myself and thought I was unique. I felt unique on the inside because of who I was, but it wasn't my exterior shell that made me feel like I was different than other people. Oddly enough, I wasn't really bullied in school. A lot of my school experiences have been very pleasant, and online is where I was met with a lot of people who were, just kind of trolling, looking to get a laugh, trying to gain relevance by poking at somebody else, and that's when I first experienced that. And it was really interesting because I grew up so strong within myself at a younger age. When I was around 15, 16 dealing with this internet bullying, it didn't feel as real to me, and I am very lucky and privileged to have had the support system that I did, because I know a lot of people would not have been as ready to handle it as I was. So when people started making fun of my freckles, they would be like, she looks like a banana or a poppy seed bagel or a cookie. And in my mind, I was like, these are all really delicious things. I'm really not understanding how this is supposed to hurt my feelings. But at the end of the day, I also don't like to be the expense of somebody's fun. And I was like, okay, what can I do to remove myself from this situation, but also handle it in a way that I'm not always like clapping back at this person? And so that's when I was like, you know what, I do look like a banana, and that is totally cool. Anything with spots, I will gladly take it. I think that my impact via social media is sort of inspiring others and inspiring others to take a stand while using their platforms. I definitely am slightly an activist in forms of communicating via social media, but I don't nearly do enough of the day-to-day work that some of the true activists are doing. So I think with what I do on social media, it mainly impacts others that are like me or feel like I don't know what to do, but I know I need to do something. I was really inspired to write my essay, Shrinking Myself, because just throughout my entire life, but specifically during this quarantine, because I have had more time to spend with myself and kind of get in tune with myself, I had been noticing a pattern of never really giving myself the flowers that I deserve, or never just valuing myself. And we have a tendency to believe that our accomplishments and our achievements and our accolades mean that we are good people and mean that we are successful people, when in reality it's really who we are, our community, how we support one another, how kind we are. Those are the true things that measure who you are as a being. Coming into the modeling industry at this time of inclusion and diversity has been its own roller coaster. I think that people expect the new generation of models, the new generation of the inclusive girls and guys as well. I think people expect them to be 10 times as grateful for half of the work. While I love inclusion and diversity, I would prefer if it was mindless inclusion and mindless diversity, which I've said multiple times. Because I think half the time when I'm included, or one of my plus size friends is included, or somebody that has darker skin than me is included, it's tied to a conversation of like, how did you get here? What hoops did you have to jump through? Can you tell me about how much you were bullied as a kid? What adversity did you face? And then it's kind of backhanded, because when we see, the tall, beautiful, skinny white girls who are the more traditional girls do these campaigns, it's never tied to an interview about like, what all did you have to go through to get here today, and can you tell people how hard you fought? When it comes to representation in the media, in the fashion industry, just in the world overall, I feel two things. I feel hopeful because of the things that I have seen take place within my adulthood in these past 4 years of myself in the industry, but I also feel a little bit tired, because I feel like a lot of the things that we are asking for and a lot of the things that are necessities have been overlooked for so long that by the time some stuff does happen, it's kind of like, well, it doesn't even feel the same, because we begged so long for you to include these people. We begged so long for you to value these people that now I don't even know how much you guys mean it. Is this because we've beat it into your head so many times that you're like, all right, let's finally just do what we're constantly being asked to do? I've had times where I felt very fed up with having conversations around my freckles and around like my story of coming into the industry. And I talked to another girl with freckles about it, and she was like, you may get tired of it, but there is gonna be a younger girl who's gonna see what you have to say, and it's gonna mean something to her. So that's kind of where I feel hopeful, in a sense that while maybe from a corporate standpoint, it's not coming from the place that I would like it to come, regardless, is if a little girl sees that image, or if a little Black boy sees that image, he might see it and be like, that could be me. Her story means love and connection and communication to me. I think that we have a lot of conversations that are very surface level with a lot of different publications and a lot of different corporations, and her story is, to me, genuine connection beyond surface level, getting deeper into how we are feeling as women, how we are feeling as women of color, how we are feeling as, non-binary LGBTQ. I think it's really diving deep into how we're feeling, sharing where we are at, sharing what we've gone through, sharing experiences in order to create that legacy on for the next generation.